Ladies and gentlemen, Hero Ball is back with a special guest of the program, new guest of the program, Scotty Washington joins us to break down UFC 327 from Miami. Yeah, I just want to initial thoughts. Joke of a card again. The Paramount era continues to reign supreme. We got a joke of a card, and boys, let's just get into this and talk about it. Hebs, what's your takes on this card coming up here this weekend?
Yeah, obviously, again, welcome to Scotty Washington, currently NFL tight end, future light heavyweight champion. He might be fighting the winner of this, guys, in 2 months' time with how the freaking division works, right? We got Yuri Prohaska, unlimited title fight glitch. I was going to wait to show that, but let's just get into it now. I feel like Carlos Ulberg is probably the worst possible matchup for the guy other than Alex Pereira. I feel like you're kind of a hater of Yuri, Justin. And I know, so Scotty, you're linked to the Ulberg team, right? You're a city kickboxing guy through and through. What do you think? I mean, your fighting style kind of resembles him as well. What do you think of Carlos Ulberg? Is he legit? I feel like, actually, I asked Scott this to Justin, but let me ask you. I feel like I thought of Ulberg as like this huge prospect, but maybe that was just because like we were Izzy fans and we followed city kickboxing. But I feel like he still has almost no hype around him for a guy who's won 9 in a row, 8-9 in a row. Yeah. He only has one loss in the UFC. Like, interesting, good-looking guy, right? Fun style. Like, why is he not a bigger star? Why does no one care about Carlos Ulberg?
I mean, it's kind of just. It's like the new city kickboxing way almost. They're kind of just like decisioning their way, slow playing it almost. But I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Honestly, I know Justin's not the biggest. I guess Justin is a big city kickboxing fan, so he says.
Well, he's just a hater of everyone. I feel like, bro, that guy he hates everything.
Just speak the truth. Some people don't like it. Some people do. I mean, I have respect for Ulberg in the city kickboxing camp. Make no mistake about it, though. Like, the past is the past, and things happen, that can't be taken back. And this is a guy that, like you said, we kind of all had hype for during the prime Izzy era. When Izzy was leg kicking and running around and getting those split decision wins on that elite title run. No, I'm not going to disrespect Izzy. Shout out to the middleweight GOAT. We'll say friend of the program. But I had to look up the guy's last name. I remembered him because he's in the John Jones camp. But the Kennedy Kinkakawangwa guy who beat him, I actually remember the fight. Kind of made it a little ugly in that fight. If you guys remember. Where it kind of came out with his technical city kickboxing, hit and move, and this guy was able to kind of make it a dogfight a little bit. Ends up edging it out. Now, that is early in his career. We've seen him go on, like you said, to have this run. It beat a Jan Blachowicz, whose shoulders are probably the same as my grandfather's, and, some other guys. But I think this is a good test for Yuri. I think like you said, it's a technical striker who, like you said, could pose problems, but I just think I'm going to lean. I'm going to fucking go ahead and say it here, stick to my guns. I'm going to go Carlos Ulberg to get a victory here via second round TKO against Yuri Prohaska. Yuri is the fan favorite. The fans love him. The guy is entertaining to watch fight. Pereira has sent him to a new fucking universe 2 times, but make no mistake, we love watching this guy fight, but I just think the division needs a new face, and that new face is Carlos City Kickboxing Merchant Ulberg. Hebs, take it away.
As I was saying, man, I feel like Ulberg has to be the worst possible matchup for him, right? And you mentioned the Blachowicz fight. Talk about the worst fight ever. Each of the 3 rounds, it's like you couldn't score any of them, bro. It was so brutal. And then I remember people were mad thinking Blachowicz could have won all 3 rounds. I feel like a fight that bad, you can't really, if nothing happens, you can't be like, oh, I was robbed. It's like, well, you could have done a little bit more. I hadn't been extremely impressed with Ulberg since he's gotten to like the grown-ups table, right? As he was coming up, knocking people out, had like a little bit of a streak going. But since he got to, again, the big leagues, what he fight? Volkan Oezdemir, it was a snooze fest. Nothing happened. Very close fight. And then Jan Blachowicz. And then he sparks out Dom Reyes, who I like Dom Reyes, but, joined the club there. So I still haven't seen him. And he's like 35 years of age. We're talking about the guy like he's a prospect. He's freaking pushing 40. So, but still the Yuri's style just fits in so perfectly for what Olberg's trying to do. He's trying to counter strike, and Yuri's never been in a boring fight. So with a Blachowicz, with a Volkan Oezdemir, they were a little more content with it being, just tip and tap, just kind of hanging out on the outside, not really doing anything. That's not how Yuri fights. So, but that could be his demise, right? He's going to run in there like a wild man and try to make it crazy. And can't you see Olberg having some success there, Scotty? Can't you see him kind of pick him apart as he comes into range, right? I feel like, I don't know, man. I never want to go against Yuri, but like, I might have to here, bro. Scotty.
Has he been in those weird like firefights though, Carlos? Can he handle the awkwardness of a
That's my only thing, Hebs. I think if this turns into a firefight, we've seen Olberg gas. He has that kind of. He doesn't have the best cardio, I would say, if it turns into a Prohaska style fight. So I think it's Olberg early, or he gets put away in the 3, 4, or 5. That's
how I watched the Yuri versus Racic fight probably more than anyone. I don't know why, because I still believe in Racic deep down in my heart. But like he looked like the greatest fighter of all time for 7 minutes, was just piecing him up, and he couldn't put Yuri away. Obviously Pereira's power is a little bit different, right? I think Carlos Olberg might be a sniper, but he's not Alex Pereira. I can't pick against Yuri Prohaska after his last 2 fights, bro. After what he did in the Roundtree and Hill fights, he looked a little more technical. He's certainly not on Olberg's level in that department, but I'm never going to pick against Yuri Prohaska, bro, especially a guy like Carlos Olberg. I kind of get, the John Jones Surreal Gone vibes where he was like, I'm not going to let a guy like you beat me, someone who clearly these guys have 2 very different, I see Olberg posting thirst traps and freaking Yuri Prohaska is living in a forest. I don't think Yuri's going to let a guy like Olberg take his scalp. So I think Yuri beats him in the 3rd round, but he'll get freaking, he'll get touched up for the first 2 rounds for sure. But if he can't put him away, like you guys said, Yuri gets it done. Scotty, break it down. I know you're conflicted as you got an in with these cats, but come on.
We want an official pick, Scotty. We want an official
first official pick on Hero Ball.
Can I even say? I mean, I don't know.
You can write it down and show us.
I'm a city kickboxing guy, but I'm an Izzy guy. That's what it is. What it is. So Carlos, great fighter, but I think I'm gonna lean Yuri this fight.
How's he get it done?
I'm feeling like a 3rd round TKO, clips him, gets wobbled back to the cage, and then just ground the pound.
Yeah, I like it. I like it being ugly, right? This is going to be, again, Olberg, maybe it's clean early. He tags him as Yuri keeps blitzing, but I see it being, kind of a long, Yuri's not going to take him out with 1 punch, but it'll be a long, drawn-out conclusion of this fight. What about, Joshua Van pulling out? Some people have some opinions on this. Justin, why didn't this fight why didn't we see anyone step up here? Why did it get pushed back a month?
Yeah, obviously the UFC is looking to have that the Tyra, market, Japan, the Asian, the Chinese market. The UFC is looking to tap into that like they do with Weili. It's a good market for them. Produces, I think, a lot of, income for the organization. And I think that's a guy that they would like to be champion. So I thought it was kind of clear that they came out and said Joshua Vanna got hurt a little while ago, like a month ago or something like that, was trying to rehab and get ready to fight, and clearly isn't ready. So they pushed that one over to the Hamzat Strickland card, which will be good because, Hamzat will send a message that night. So that one will be early. At least we'll get like a couple rounds in the Joshua Van Tyra fight. But yeah, I think you're seeing the UFC try to keep that fight going because I think they want Tyra to become champion. And they think he has a good chance of beating Joshua Van. I think he was like 2-1 favorite to beat the champion. So I think it's a fight that they think he can win.
Scotty, can you tell me why in this Paramount era, like obviously we get a lot of duds, a lot of people complaining. I know you're a company man, but it seems like I'm looking at Paulo Costa versus my uncle or whoever this guy is in a co-main event. I must not be seeing this right. What are we doing? I'm about as big of a Costa fan as you're going to find, but this is a co-main event in the Paramount, the billions and billions of dollars era with Paramount Plus. I'm getting
Yeah.
these two cats. Like, what is going on here?
I mean, honestly, they could have put me versus Justin on this main card the way
That
the
would
way
have
it's going this year so
that would
far.
have
But
sold better, bro.
what are we? I'm just as confused as you, just as confused as the next guy. When's the last time we even saw Paulo Costa? Was it that the Anaheim the Volk Ilya fight that card? I think that's the last time. I don't even remember. But
It honestly might be. I couldn't tell you. The company's a complete joke. Me and Hebs have talked about this. They continue to throw out these guys that they can throw a couple $100,000 at, and they'll take a main event slot. And the fans continue. There's no pay-per-views anymore. It's just they got their money. Now it's like they're trying to just keep it. I don't like what I'm seeing. I really don't. We have Paulo Costa moving up. He doesn't want to cut weight anymore. He's so washed. He just wants to fight at 205.
Costa fought Kopilov, and he looked amazing in the summer. It was like the best performance of his career since the Romero fight, maybe. So he looked very good in that fight. Costa's always been skilled. He just forgot how to punch after Izzy, bro. It's been a long way back. But I like Paulo Costa. But I don't like speaking of guys fighting on a budget, your boy Josh Hokic, which I know you guys are both huge fans of. Me, not so much, but you guys, big fans of Josh Hokic. He's on the main card. He's making 12-12. This is the Paramount Plus era. This is another guy who's going to be like begging for a bonus after the fight. I don't really want to see that's almost gets a little bit odd, the begging for a bonus with Hogan. But I want to any thought. Mirzakhanov is rolling right now. I believe he's won like 4 or 5 in a row. He's got legit dynamite in his hands. If Costa looks like he did in his last fight, bro, I think Costa could be a problem at light heavyweight. I mean, the division is not great right now. So I don't know. And either you guys have a take on this one. What do we got?
Yeah, I personally just think I don't know. Obviously, he got knocked out by Izzy, and he's changed his fighting style ever since. Why can't we just get the Costa that didn't give a bollocks, marched forward and threw bombs? Don't get me wrong, they were kind of building him up. I mean, he was fighting a 79-year-old former welterweight Johnny Hendricks and putting him out back in the day. But that's what they're supposed to do, is build these guys up. But that style would be a problem. It was a problem for Yoel Romero. It was a legitimate problem, and then he just stops doing it. I don't know if clearly the Izzy fight changed him, whether it was him getting dropped, knocked out, whatever. But I just wish he would get back to that style. Like you said, he did look solid against Kopilov, but I don't know. I feel like at 205, he's not going to be able to push a crazy pace, in my opinion, because I think he carries personally, I just don't think he's going to. I see Mirzakhanov probably getting a decision win or maybe a late stoppage, just because I think he'll be able to handle the shots, the power shots from Costa, but he's durable and stout enough to, send his own fire back. And also, I just don't see Costa being able to keep some, crazy explosive pace for 3 rounds. Or I don't know, is it a 5-rounder or no?
No, it's
I'm assuming
3.
3 rounds. Yeah. So I'm gonna go.
What are the odds in this? I haven't looked at any odds, bro.
I think Mirzakhanov's like a slight favorite. I think
he definitely is, but let me see.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Mirzakhanov by decision in the co-main event.
Co-main event. What a joke, Scotty. What do you got?
I see both sides here. Obviously, Paulo Costa, he has it, but does he still have it? He's had it, I should say, but does he still have it? But I mean, Mirzakhanov, he's got 3 fights, 3 knockouts in a row. So that's hard to.
He's got dynamite, bro.
He's got dynamite, bro. I don't know. It's the easy answer is to say Paulo Costa just off of his once was track record, but this is a sleeper guy. Right? I mean, obviously, for those who knows Mirzakhanov is a dog, but for the casual, it'll be a wake up call. I feel like.
I hope Mirzakhanov sends his ass to TikTok. All right, he needs to get smart.
Good, dude. Costa's a problem, bro. I love Paulo Costa, and
I love him, but the guy doesn't
Paulo
fight.
Costa is back in the year.
You should have heard Mr. Sternad and Mr. Gillum. They were big Paulo Costa fans
I was.
Nope.
back in the heyday.
You know who it was? It was Sternad and Adam Winter. They were the
No,
ones that were
I did not.
They said he was going to run for the
Every time they
middleweight
spoke.
division.
Oh, here comes
Here we go.
Boachina. Here
Hey,
comes
listen,
Yes,
Boachina.
dude. And then
If,
guys
if,
like
Bo,
me, guys
listen,
like
if
me and
Bo had
Scotty, we
seen
knew
ya,
Izzy was a dog. We knew it was a matchup nightmare. I tried to convince you.
if Bo,
Mirzakhanov is
that was actually your Bohachina was your guy, Hebs,
yeah,
through and through.
get it all out, kid.
But listen, if he fought the way he did back in the day, I would pick him to beat a lot of people. But he doesn't fight that way, and he's certainly not going to fight that way up a weight class because he's going to get absolutely slept here.
I see the opposite, bro. When he moved up Vittori, I mean, that was a dumpster fire, right? He didn't move up. He missed weight by fucking 80 pounds. But he was way more durable at 205. I don't think Mirzakhanov is going to be able to put his lights out in dude, I'm going with Costa. Costa's also crazy fast for a guy who looks the way he does. Like, I mean, it's like looking in a mirror, me and him. But like, I mean, he moves very good for a guy of that size. And I think at 205, he might move even better. So I got Paulo Costa. I think he'll do it by a decision. Again, he doesn't have the power, almost like an AJ Dillon, right? A guy who looks like he should play a lot differently. Costa, you think he's this big power guy. He hasn't knocked out a guy since you guys were like sophomores in college, you know? So that was a long time ago. You guys are
He just
really
doesn't let his hands go, bro. He never lets his hands go. He like doesn't let his hands go when he's like a city kickboxing. It's almost like he's been at city kickboxing. Doesn't let his hands go and throws a leg kick every now and again and moves around. It's like, what are we doing?
He's got nasty body kicks. He's got real fast kicks. He's faster than you'd think for a guy his size. Really good analogy by me, AJ Dillon. More of a speed back. You'd think he'd be a power guy. Really good analogy. But you guys are football guys, right? You understood that one. But yeah, what we got? We got, all right, your favorite fighters.
Let me start this one, Hebs. Let's get into the heavyweight division. You know, we got a guy in Josh Hokett fighting for Ritz Crackers and Ritz Crackers here come Saturday. He's taking on Curtis Blades, his first true test. I'm surprised that they're kind of throwing him into the heat like this. I actually like it. They're getting him in there while he's cheap. If he wins, it's a great move by them. It's a joke. If you really know the details going on behind the scenes, it's just a joke. But make no mistake about it. I'll get right to the point. Josh Hokett's going to get absolutely exposed come Saturday. He's actually fighting a true mixed martial artist for the first time in his career. He hasn't fought shit yet. Again, I like the excitement he's bringing to the division. He's just saying whatever the hell he wants. Although one of my teammates actually sent me a picture this morning of a shirt that Hokett's like trying to sell on social media with like racial slurs or something. The guy's all over the place a little bit. But make no mistake, I think he gets humbled on Saturday. I think we see him just outclassed, whether it's on the ground or on the feet. It is heavyweight. He could, you never know, he could land something, and it's all she wrote. But I'm going with Curtis Blades to dominate here and get a finish in the second round of this fight. TKO. I think he's going to be able to take him down whenever he wants. I think maybe in the first round it might be a little difficult because this dude is a former football player. He probably has a good base, you know what I mean? But I think we're going to see Blades put on an MMA masterclass on Saturday and kind of humble this guy into the division.
Scotty, am I missing something with Hokett here, bro? Like, the guy was on the Contender Series 10 minutes ago. He's a fat, gross slob. If he freaking, laid off the cheeseburgers, he'd be a welterweight, or he'd still be, a coworker of yours. I'm very confused at why this guy has the hype that he has, right? I love, and I shouldn't say I love, I mean, I'm never a fan of anyone doing like a shtick, right? I think Colby, as we're seeing now, it's like, wow, the guy committed his whole career to being a fucking moron and he didn't get anything out of it, and now he's trying to turn back. Hokett, bro, if you go watch his interview with Helwani, the guy like can't even take himself seriously. Like he's doing all these racial bits, and then he has to like hide himself because he's trying not to laugh. But regardless of all that, which we can get into, Scotty, this guy is not an amazing fighter. I'm confused. He has like 1 or 2 knockouts in the UFC, and now he's an even line with Blades. Am I crazy?
Yeah, no. I mean, I think that just goes to show the state of the UFC right now, because this was his 3rd fight in the UFC. He was on Contender Series, last year?
Yeah, like in 2025.
Like the back half of 25. It's just, it's kind of a mess. And you know me, I'm a company man, as Justin likes to say, but this is a bad look. I feel like getting the 3rd fight slot on a good numbered event.
Yeah, dude, it's a little.
I gotta roll with Justin.
Yeah,
Scotty, a good numbered event. They haven't had somebody fucking worth of shit headline shit since fucking I don't know when. All right. I listen. I okayed the Patty Gaethje. Ilya, had the wife trying to take everything from him. I understood it. Other than that, we haven't had a headline event that okay, Holloway, Oliveira, I respect it.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we can't even get dude, Islam, Ilya, Hamzat. Can we get one of them? Pereira, you name it. Can we get one of them? I don't get it.
Dude, but even at the end of, I think this was Helwani talking about it, the back end of last year, or like the first quarter of this year and the back end of last year, I mean, we had Jan Marab, which was like a good fight, but it was one-sided. Aspinall gone at the end of last year. Islam, JDM, not a great fight. You had Hamzat, whatever, that was in like August. Like you've just had a lot of fights that haven't lived up to the hype. Even like those are great matchups on paper, and they don't even live up to the hype. And then half the time, it's not even a good matchup on paper, right? Charles is a great fight on paper, ended up not being an amazing fight, right? So it's like, it's either we don't get what we want on paper or we do, and then it ends up being a snooze fest. But Josh Hokic in this spot, I'm confused by the line. I think Blades looked pretty bad. I don't know if he's fought since then. He fought whatever that guy's name is, like Kuniev, Rizvan something. I forget. I don't know if he's fought since then. No, he hasn't. That was his last fight last summer. And I thought he definitely lost. He got a split decision win. That guy was making his UFC debut. Blades is certainly not the fighter he was a couple years ago. But if this guy cannot beat Josh Hokic, I mean, Jiminy Christmas, the guy's been training martial arts for a year, like for 2 years. The guy was playing football 10 minutes ago. Like, I mean, Blades, I know he never got to the top, but he's been in this top 5 for nearly a decade now, it feels like, bro. He's gotten title shots. He's been close. So he's still skilled, and his striking has improved a ton over the years. I think Blades rolls. Hopefully a decision. Hopefully a finish, bro. Like, I don't want to see Josh Hokic. Like, I kind of want to. It would be funny, like if he continues to win. And I mean, if he wins this fight, he's going to be fighting fucking Tom Aspinall by the end of the year. He's going to be, imagine Hokic's going to fight Pereira, and the world's going to end by the end of the year. That's
12-12 to fight fucking Aspinall. Nice.
Well, that in his interview,
to fight Cyril.
To fight Cyril. Cyril would box his head off, I would hope. But dude, I don't know. This is just a weird and that's when he broke character, because he's doing his whole. He also showed up speaking in like a Scottish or Irish accent. Like he kind of kept changing it. He's a weird guy. But then when they asked about money, he was like, "Oh, actually, yeah, that's fucking ridiculous. I made like 10K on Saturday." He like broke character. He's like, "Wait, actually, I don't know," and he just goes right back into it. I'm hoping. I think we're all rooting for Curtis Blades. What about the press conference? What's the line set? Will he make? What will he call Curtis Blades? Is he how far is he going to go? You think?
It's going to be tough.
The lisp might be the word. He's definitely going for the lisp early, and then
go look at his Instagram, and it'll tell you what the fucking press conference is going to look like, dude. The guy's selling he's selling a shirt with like racial slurs, like a racial. I didn't even look exactly. I just saw it. Literally, let me look.
I'm pulling it up. Let's see.
Dude, this is... Hold on.
Not good, bro.
Look at... This is what he's... Hold on. This is what he's selling.
Oh my gosh.
I buy it.
Dude.
That's so
I don't even know if the guy's going to make the fucking card on Saturday. He's going to say something retarded, and Dana White's going to fucking probably just have him released.
Dog, that I didn't think you would dive right into that. That's really not good at all, bro. Yeah, Curtis Blades, hopefully a brutal
How is Blades only minus 145 in this
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, dude. That means Hokic's definitely going to win.
What'd you say, Scotty?
In big moments, he's known to not kind of.
I know, but dude, he should be able to beat this fucking guy. I mean, come on.
Big moments. The guy's fought multiple title fights. Now he's fighting an unranked bum.
Hey, he was looking good against Tom until he got clipped. All right, he sparked Tom. Had Tom hurt a little wobbly.
Remember the Derrick Lewis fight though.
he had Tom a little wobbly.
We
The
see what
coach called
happens when
Eric-
Tom
remember
actually
the
sees
Eric
some
Rose fight,
adversity,
bro?
though. Oh, Tom sees some adversity, and I can't. Don't get me started on that fucking fraud. My gosh. The guy stopped a heavyweight main event championship fight over an eye poke. It's ridiculous.
I don't even. We're not even going to go there right now, bro. We're not even going to go there.
You admitted that he was a joke. You admitted. You said he was a joke for that.
When? But he hasn't fought. It's been 6 months. He's not allowed to spar. What Dom Reyes, Johnny Walker, a coin flip. I don't know about that one.
I got Dom Reyes by KO. I hope.
Yeah, I got someone by KO. I mean, I think KO's coming in at about minus 1,400.
Give me fucking Scotty Washington over fucking Johnny Walker. The guy that you said would dethrone John Jones, by the way.
Scotty did say that. He was accosted.
Hev said it at Wake.
Now, this is one of, you know how Justin just picks random people to put this on. I mean, it's not true at all. There were some people saying that. It wasn't me. I mean, maybe I was a Costa guy, but I was not a Johnny Walker guy. I think you switch it when it's something you think, you just put it on someone else. Carl Young talks about it. It's the shadow, bro.
Come on.
What else? What else we got? Anything good? No fights I really want to.
Randy Brown.
How have those two not fought?
We have future champ. What do you mean? We have a future. We got a future champ on the prelim finale. Mr. Aaron Pico is about to put the world on notice with a dominant performance over Patricio Pitbull. Nose? Scotty shaking his head. Scotty, what do you think?
He gets dominated. Drowned, dominated.
Hold on, Scotty. Can we put Can we put it Five Guys, a little steak, a little something on this?
Put a round of golf on it.
Yeah, I'm in. Hebs, do you want in on this?
How would a three-way bet? I don't know. I'm taking Pico for sure.
Yeah, I'm going Pico all day. I got Pico.
Right, we got Pico, and Scotty's got.
All right, hey, a nice friendly dinner on Scotty. Or if not, me and Heb pick up the dinner and you get drinks since it's two of us. There you go. All right.
Perfect. All right. Agreed. By the end of the month, you have to repay your bet. I mean, we're getting it. He's minus 340, so I'll take those odds. Thank you, Scotty. I mean, Pico's an absolute problem, dude. Pico looked so good against Murphy, and then one bullshit spinning elbow after getting his head taken off for 4 minutes. Like, I don't care. And I don't want to hear about the chin of Aaron Pico. Maybe he's had problems in the past. He got hit over the head with a baseball bat. Like, I mean, anyone would have got hit. Like, that was not a problem. That wasn't a chin issue, okay? So, and Pitbull's been rolling ever since the Yair loss. I don't know. This is a weird matchup, matching up the two like Bellator guys. I mean, I feel like Dana just wants to kill one of them off, but I'm a huge Aaron Pico fan. So, I mean, I think he's going to roll relatively easily, but I like Pitbull as well. So, I don't know. Kevin Holland, I say Rude Boy Randy Brown. I'm rolling with the Rude Boy Randy Brown. I think Kevin Holland, the most hit or miss guy of all time. So, I think this will be a miss, unfortunately. But kind of like looking in a mirror, a couple of long cats in there. So
I remember when Scotty thought that Kevin Holland was going to shock the world and beat Hamzat. I remember.
He did say that, bro. He did say that. That was a classic, Scotty.
5 minutes ago, Mr. Justin, putting words in people's mouths.
It's good memories. It's good memories.
True. I remember you would always pick him in UFC, bro, and you were like, "This is
yes."
And also looking down the card, we can see Kelvin Gastelum versus Vicente Luque. Looking back to 2018 when Justin said Kelvin would beat Izzy.
I can't.
That is true.
I physically had all my fucking net worth was on Izzy in that fight, so that's just not true at all.
No.
Literally.
He'll still, Scotty or Justin still says, he's like, I can't believe Kelvin Gastelum wasn't champ, dude. Like, you're like, still keeps you up at night. Like, I don't know about that one. And maybe if he moved to 170.
No, at 170 he could have been champ. Yeah, not. He couldn't stop eating fucking burritos, whatever the fuck it is. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Might be a 2. I did not know that fight was on this card, bro. That has that not been booked before?
Dude, Hebs, these cards are a fucking joke, dude. We got Josh Hogan. I can't. Dude, we might as well. There's a chance. Hold on, Hebs. There's a legitimate shot. We could see Scotty Washington fighting for 10-10 in a fucking year and a half on the UFC 379 fucking Anaheim main card. Like, what are we
Dude, I'm
doing?
Be like 40 by then, but yeah.
I'm
40.
surprised when you're not hanging around the PI, someone that doesn't have, you haven't got a fight offered to you just on the, like, next weekend
Bro, did I
Apex
tell you
card.
I was in the locker room when I'm back fucking interning, whatever year that was. And like I'm in the locker room, like just getting done with a workout. Michael Morales is just mean mugging the shit out of me. I don't know if he thought I was like a future contender or what. He's just eyeing me up as competition, but it was terrifying.
Well, that's
Scotty,
going to happen.
he's a big dude.
I didn't say a word to him.
Scotty's
you're
a
going
big
to end
dude.
up.
Morales didn't speak to him.
Yeah.
Seems cool.
What'd you say?
You said
No, I
big?
said he's a big dude.
Big? Oh yeah, he's big. I think he's a good dude.
He
Oh,
dethrones Islam. He's the guy to dethrone Islam.
I think he's the worst stylistic matchup for Islam for sure.
Yeah, he's like the only one that kind of has any chance.
And he's only, dude, he's like 26, bro. He'll be around for a minute. But yeah, Scotty, they're just going to put you on a card without telling you and then just like, roll you out there, dude. It's going to happen very soon.
Do it. Let's go.
What else? Anything else? Yeah, that's crazy to have fucking respect. I love Kelvin, but Kelvin Gastelum versus what is it, 2018, bro? How is that a fight? And whatever, I have to look at the date, 2026.
Give me Kelvin to get it done.
Yeah, I'll roll with Kelvin. Didn't Luke had like serious brain like bleeding, which is not good, by the way. If you're not familiar with the brain, it shouldn't be bleeding, especially if you're a cage fighter. So not so good. That's the second card of the night, the second fight of the night. I mean, I don't know. The UFC is a joke. How about Dana? Shut the fuck up and watch the fights. Like, wow, what a promoter this guy is, dude. He doesn't even hide it at this point. I'm like the last guy to defend Dana, and even I'm kind of on my last straw, dude. This stuff has been, I don't know. We're living in a weird time with this cat, bro. What else? Any other UFC thoughts on the brain or anything else?
Scotty, let's just get your take on obviously tough one. Not last weekend, but the previous weekend. Your thoughts on Izzy and kind of his future with the UFC, and just do you still think he has a chance to become a contender or champion?
You kind of cut out. You lost you there for a little bit, but I think I got the gist. Yeah, it was a great weekend. Seattle was dope. Obviously, a good friend of the program, Dylan Yasso, had a great time. As far as the fight, the whole card itself, top to bottom, was electric. I don't know what you guys thought, but just the energy in the building was crazy. As far as Izzy goes, he was obviously, like, as the last few fights went, same story. He started off great, but just kind of fizzled out towards the end. He was doing good until he wasn't. But I don't know. I mean, obviously, a lot of people are going to say he should retire, should hang him up, but he's going to do what he wants to do. Like, we all think he should retire, but I don't know. I hopefully just one more fun matchup, whatever fun matchup they could come up with. But I think I'd like to see him live it up.
Yeah, at this point,
MVP, maybe I know they're bored, but an MVP fight maybe. I don't even know who else is out there in the 85 division, but I mean, he's a 70 pound, but we'll see.
It's tough to see, a legend kind of go down like this. Whether you like his fighting style or not, we can't argue that he had a great career, great run at middleweight. But I mean, it's just, I don't understand it, to be honest. It's his legs like go out and after like 3 minutes of every fight now, and he just turns into this like rope-a-dope. I'm gonna try and like roll shots and just stand in the pocket basically, and then obviously it doesn't go well. Yeah, I personally would like to see him hang it up. I know he doesn't want to go out with that being the end, but yeah, I think it's time for him to hang it up for sure. He's obviously not the fighter that even from a couple years ago, you know what I mean? So, Hebs, what do you think?
Dude, know what? It's so much worse for me. Like, in my opinion, everyone calling him washed. He's obviously regressed. That can't really be debated, right? But, like, he's still not bad. Like, and more so, he hasn't physically regressed like the way people are making it out to be. I see people comparing him to, like, Tony or these guys who had, like, this crazy downfall, or even, like, an Anderson Silva, how he lost a ton at the end of his career. Like, well, Anderson maybe is a better comparison, I guess. But like, bro, he looked good in the first round. He looked good in the first round against Imavov. Imavov, he just got caught. And I don't know what happened 2 weeks ago, bro. It was like he just completely, once he had more success in that second round, he just threw out the rule book, started throwing down, which was never his style, even at the peak of his powers, right? Like,
No.
he defensively, he's really regressed. It seems his reaction time has like really regressed. And I think fighters, you almost don't. I mean, this happens in every sport, right? Like when you lose a step, I mean, I don't think you probably don't really think you're losing a step. So he thinks he can still roll with some of those shots, have his hands down. And like maybe 5 years ago, I mean, 5 years ago, would Joe Pyfer have touched this guy? I mean, right? I don't think he would have. So, but now he got clipped time and time again. Like, I mean, the defense, bro, it was just like watching a different person. So yeah, he could still beat some guys at the back end of the top 10 for sure. But like, I don't know who we would want to fight. We overuse the term like fun fights a lot when we're talking about guys at the end of their career. They're like, oh, maybe he should do a fun fight, like maybe just one or two more fun fights. Like there aren't too many fun fights in that division, you know, like I mean MVP on paper, but like that would be a terrible. You think MVP fought on the same card? No, didn't he just fight as well? Like that was, I mean, he not a very exciting guy unless he has a good dance partner. So that's the only fight that I would want to see, but I don't know. Scotty, what do you think? What's your, I mean, you think he hangs it up or you think he gives it one more run?
I mean, I feel like if the chance for him to hang it up would have been after that fight, I feel like if he just did it now out of the blue, it'd be kind of weird. Knowing him, I feel like he just wanted to. It would have to be like more intimate. I feel like in the octagon itself, rather than just like an Instagram post or a video.
Yeah.
So I feel like he's got to do one more, but like we're saying again, so I don't know, like maybe like a Fluff. I mean, Fluffy, he's still like chasing the belt. He's still in contention, but you don't want to put him in there with like a Gregory Rodriguez or maybe Cannonier's 11. They already did the Whitaker fight. They're boys. Maybe RDR, but he's still chasing. So I don't know. Maybe if Costa loses this weekend, they do that one more time. I don't know.
See, he has a lot of the guys are still there that he's fought. So like he's not going to rematch like somebody he beat. You know what I mean? Like RDR, I think that's a guy he could potentially beat, but I don't know. Maybe he moves up to 205 and.
But even then,
yeah. But if Oldberg becomes champion Saturday night, it's like, what's he? I mean,
but I don't think he's curious. I don't think he's really looking to make another run at the belt at this point. Like he just wants maybe another fight or two. Like I don't know, dude. That was
go up to 205 and fight Johnny Walker. I mean, you should get a finish.
Or maybe winner of Saturday Reyes Walker, you get a shot at Izzy. How about it? Who says no?
I don't mind it. I think Reyes is. I mean, yeah, Izzy. The leg, like, come on. If we're talking about, like, dude, the legs just aren't there. He looks good for a couple minutes, and the legs go, bro. The legs don't lie. Like he can't do it.
Catches up to you. That age is no joke.
Yeah, and especially at his age and the amount of fights he has, he's got mileage on him from fights.
Think about how we feel at fucking 29. Imagine all the miles they got. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. He's very old in fight years for sure. And I think he's 36, 37, something like that. So yeah, but that was tough. That was tough to watch, bro. And Piper is an interesting cat. I don't know if we need to get into some of his
Such a fucking fraud, dude. Like, I can't stand people.
What?
I can't stand people that try and use no, I'm not gonna get going on.
All right. Yeah, we don't have to. Interesting case with my guy Joe Pyfer. A little interesting scenario, but yeah, we don't have to touch that one. Anything else? Scotty, any final?
Can we just briefly touch on the near-death experience we almost saw with Macy Barber and Alexa Grasso? Because that was the scariest shit I've ever seen in person.
Bro.
Scotty, this would be a question for you. You were there. I don't know if you got a look. You might have. Did Macy Barber shit herself?
That was not visible to my direction. She was facing her. She was head on towards me, so I couldn't really see the.
No, I kept seeing this thing
that's what happened.
I kept
seeing murmurs.
I
didn't hear the murmurs.
I mean, on the way, on the internet, that's what people were saying. I don't know.
Yeah,
what your view was on broadcast, but
Wow.
I
Justin,
had to go.
is that your
No,
circles are
I
saying?
was
Have you?
on my phone, so I couldn't really,
Zoomed in.
the on Twitter it was like it looked like there might have been something there. But I wasn't watching on my TV. I was actually out of the country, so I could not get
Wow.
the
Can't have
best
them all.
quality.
Wow. Dude, I mean, how does that not happen more? How do people not shit their pants, throw up, do all that stuff? I mean, I was worried that the Cody
Yeah, to
Garbrandt
throw
when he
up.
started.
I don't know how guys don't throw up. Like when Bruce Buffer's like, I'm surprised they're not just what.
Dude, I mean, I'm like, I throw up almost every UFC fight I watch. There's just so much going on. Imagine getting punched in the stomach. Like, I'm always like, all right, I would probably have thrown up like twice by now. And these guys just like eat it. It's very strange. But like, yeah, dude, that was so scary, bro. She was out. If it wasn't like, if the ref didn't catch that she was out, because she still maybe looked like she was somewhat
Yeah.
conscious and she sunk in the choke for longer, like, that would have not ended well. I don't
Let's
think
just say
that's
if Herb Dean was in there, we might not be. It might be a different conversation.
It might have
Dude,
ended a little bit different. And some
I
people
got
were
asked this,
criticizing what?
I got asked this question today. You guys give me a quick answer. Would you rather see Tiger win another Masters and be there, or watch Ilya versus Connor and be front row in the arena? What are you taking?
Tiger? Who asked you that? You definitely made that up yourself. That's like
No, one of my boys. He was saying like he put Tiger and then like the NBA Finals, this and that, and I said I'd rather go see Connor Ilya than fucking any of it. Other than I said Tiger Masters, I would probably put first, but other than that, I would probably go Connor Ilya. I would still probably
Connor
take
like today or 2016 Connor?
more prime, but I mean, I would. You can't tell me you wouldn't be excited if Connor fights and wins
If he fights
and
who, bro?
Max Holloway.
Never gonna happen.
I don't think Connor is fighting international. I don't think he's fighting in July. I don't think it's happening.
Okay, well, if he does and he wins, say he fights Max Holloway and he wins, and Ilya wins at the White House, do they make that fight?
Dude, you build up some credibility, you have some decent takes, and then
I'm
like
asking.
with
I can't
McGregor,
ask it.
you just end up in some like alternate reality where like he's still no, I wouldn't be that excited. And I also don't think they're gonna make Conor McGregor versus Ilia Topuria anytime soon. I'm excited for Conor versus anyone. I'd love to see, I mean, Nate Diaz is the fight. I think Chandler makes sense in terms of where they're at in their careers. Even Holloway, I mean, I think Holloway definitely wins that. So, but it's hard to say what version of Conor. We haven't seen him since 2021, dude. It's hard to say what he would look like. I mean, we see what he looks like outside of the octagon, and it doesn't really make it seem like he would do so well. Did your answer with Tiger change after last week, if you don't mind me asking?
No, that was asked to me today, actually. Yeah,
Times for the goats. Tough times.
he was gonna win at Augusta this year, man. It
I know he
sucks.
would have. He definitely would have too, which is the sad part. But I don't know. I'm not too. I mean, Tiger. I don't know, dude. I hope both of those things happen in the next year. That would be my answer. But Ilya versus you. That's like one of the fights that would make you go to a fight, Justin. You like to talk about it's all these
I don't go
feuds.
to. I'm not.
Dude, if Ilya Connor fights, I'll go.
No.
The UFC is not going to get me going to any of these events. I'm not spending my hard-earned money on Yuri Prohaska versus Carlos Holberg when I can sit in my living room, have some food, and watch it just fine. Now, if it's a big fight, then yeah, it's something that's worth my money, sure. But I'm not going to just be paying to go see these bums fight and give the
So
UFC what they want.
The Strickland
It-
Hamzat card. You
This
wouldn't go to that?
would I
I would
be?
just
Oh,
pay to go to the press conference, honestly.
I'm not itching at the bit to go. I'm not looking to spend $3,000 to go watch Sean Strickland versus Hamza. Probably not.
Press conference.
It's got to be a fight.
people. Maybe
It's got to be. It's got to be a fight that I think is worth paying for. Pereira versus obviously the White House card you can't go, but like that, I would pay whatever for that. I would pay to see Tom Aspinall versus Alex Pereira. I would pay to see Ilya Taporia versus half fucking a lot of people. I'd pay. Other than that, I don't. These guys aren't.
Scotty, is Conor McGregor fighting in 2026?
I said this right after his leg snapped. He's never fighting ever again.
I agree. Will he fight in a different promote? Will he do any boxing or anything in the next 2 years? No, done for good. Justin, what do you think?
Now, I don't think he will.
Yeah, I've been saying it.
UFC this year?
Yeah, International Fight Week. Yes.
Who? The opponent?
Well, I think I think there's nobody other than Holloway, honestly, right now that I even see as if they're not doing Oliveira. Diaz signed; he's fighting a month before in the MVP shit, so that was kind of. And Diaz actually said that they. Did you hear Diaz on the podcast?
Yeah, he said they offered him that, but he wanted to fight like Oliveira.
Bro, he's
I'm starting to think something's up with Nate Diaz, bro. He might not be the sharpest tool in the tool.
Oh, you're just now starting to see that. Wow.
He might be saying.
He said he wanted to fight Oliveira as if he wouldn't be plus 500 in that fight as well. But
why would he want? Like, why would that be what he want? That makes no sense.
Because he wants, dude. I don't know.
I mean, I don't think he's telling the truth. Remember when he? I mean, I don't know.
You think? No, it's too close. I was gonna say if Chandler wins somehow, lands a lucky shot and wins against Ruffy, he's not going to. But I'm just saying if he did, you think any chance he says fuck it, turns around in like a month or two and fights fucking international fight?
There's only one man on my mind.
He would do anything to fight Conor.
Dude, he's gonna lose, be battered and bruised, and still get on the mic and like probably talk about Trump daddy and then be like, thank you for this country. And then he's gonna call out McGregor, dude. It's gonna be, and he's gonna have two black eyes. And he's
International Fight Week, the return of the Mac.
I'm in. I love it. I think Holloway would do it. Who knows what McGregor looks like, but I mean, sign me up, dude. And you're gonna be there probably. Absolutely not. That would be the worst. It'd be like calling your bluff. Then you would actually have to go.
I would say I would put it at a 75 to 80% chance that I'm in the building.
Guys like Scotty are more 100% type guys, but I mean that's the difference, you know.
Credit to him.
Mr. Make It Happen makes it happen again. And he made it happen today. What a freaking episode. That was a lot of fun, boys. Great job. The return, not the last time we'll see you there, Scotty, right? Can we get that in writing?
Hey, baby. I'm here, man.
Well, let's see you next week. We'll break it down. We'll talk about an Olberg snooze fest or a Yuri Prohaska reigning the division once again. Like, follow, subscribe. See you next week.